Why are so many families choosing Mount Pleasant over other Brampton neighborhoods? Honestly, once you spend a little time here, it's pretty easy to understand. You have got newer homes, great schools, parks, a GO station, libraries, community spaces, and they are all connected in a way that just makes everyday family life feel a little easier. For a lot of people, especially first-time buyers, young families, and newcomers to Canada, that kind of balance is getting really hard to find. So in this video, I want to walk you through what makes Mount Pleasant one of Brampton's most popular family neighborhoods right now, and why so many people who move here end up staying for a long time. Hey everyone, my name is Charanjit Kainth, and I am a realtor here in Brampton. I have actually lived in Brampton since 1998, so I have personally watched this city grow and change over the years, and I can honestly say Mount Pleasant is one of the most complete family neighborhoods Brampton has ever developed. When you spend time here, you can feel that it was designed with families in mind, not just the houses but the actual lifestyle around them. So if you are thinking about moving to Brampton, or you are trying to figure out which neighborhood makes the most sense for your family, I think this video is really going to help. Let us start with one of the biggest things families think about first. When young families are shopping for a home, schools are usually at the top of the list. And this is where Mount Pleasant really does stand out. The biggest advantage here isn't just that there are good schools nearby, it's how everything is connected. Mount Pleasant is built around a village core, and within that core you have got the school, the library, the community center, and the GO stations all within reach of each other. That might not sound like a big deal on paper, but when you are actually living it, it changes everything. Parents can do school drop-offs, stop by the library, get the kids to programs, run a few errands, all without driving across the city. That kind of convenience adds up fast, especially when life gets busy. There are also French immersion pathways available through nearby Peel and Dufferin Peel schools, which is a lot of newcomer families especially appreciate. They are thinking long-term about opportunities for their kids, and that option being there matters. But what I hear most from parents isn't really about programs or policies. It's more of a feeling they want their kids to grow up somewhere that feels connected, not just living in a subdivision, but actually feeling like they belong to something, and Mount Pleasant gives families that. Now let's talk about lifestyle, because honestly this is the part most people fall in love with. Mount Pleasant has a very different feel compared to a lot of suburban neighborhoods in the GTA. The village square creates this natural gathering space where families actually spend time outdoors. You will see kids playing, parents walking with strollers, people sitting outside with coffee, neighbors stopping to chat. It just feels alive. It feels more like a small town community tucked inside a big city. You have got a playground, walking areas, community spaces, public art, and in the winter, the reflecting pond becomes a skating rink. That's the kind of thing families remember. Those small moments that become part of your weekly routine. And when you combine that with the community center and library right there in the same area, it creates a lifestyle that feels organized, calmer, less rushed. That is the part that's hard to put into numbers. But it's one of the main reasons people stay here long term. Life just flows a little better. Let us talk about commuting, because this is a major reason Mount Pleasant has grown so popular over the last several years. A lot of buyers today are trying to solve a real tension. They want more space, they want a family-friendly environment, but they still need access to Toronto or other parts of the GTA for work. Mount Pleasant sits in a really strong position there. The GO station is right in the community core. So instead of driving out of your way just to catch transit, it's already part of the neighborhood, it's built in. And for hybrid workers, especially people who are commuting 2 or 3 days a week instead of 5, that matters a lot. You can have a quieter, family-oriented lifestyle without feeling cut off from the city. That has become a huge priority for buyers over the last few years. People want breathing room, but they don't want isolation. Mount Pleasant sits in a really sweet spot for that. Another thing people genuinely appreciate here is how practical the neighborhood feels day to day. And I know practical doesn't sound exciting, but when you are actually living in a place, convenience becomes one of the most important things. When your grocery store, your coffee shop, your kids' school, the transit stop, the library, the park, when those things are all close to each other, life just gets easier, especially with kids, especially during a Canadian winter, especially when both parents are working, and especially for newcomers who are still learning the city and building their routines for the first time. A lot of buyers today aren't just shopping for square footage. They're shopping for convenience, they're shopping for time, they're shopping for a little less stress at the end of the day. Mount Pleasant delivers that. You're not just buying a house here, you're buying into a lifestyle where the important parts of daily life are already connected. Something I always tell clients is this: a neighborhood can have beautiful homes, but if it doesn't feel connected, people eventually notice. What makes Mount Pleasant special is the atmosphere. People actually use the public spaces here. Families walk around, kids play outside, neighbors run into each other regularly. And over time that builds a real sense of familiarity and comfort. Now every buyer should absolutely do their own research when it comes to neighborhood data and safety statistics. I always encourage that. But Mount Pleasant is widely seen as a family-friendly, community-oriented area with strong walkability and active outdoor spaces. And walkability matters more than a lot of people realize when they're first looking. Families tend to love neighborhoods where kids can slowly grow into more independence, where not everything requires a car, where kids can ride bikes or walk to a friend's house. That's part of what makes this area feel so balanced. It is not just convenient for parents, it's genuinely good for kids too. Let us talk about affordability and value, because this is a big part of the conversation for a lot of buyers right now across the GTA. For buyers who are priced out of Toronto or Mississauga, Mount Pleasant offers a practical path into a newer, family-focused community. And that's a major reason demand here has stayed strong. When people compare what they can get in Toronto versus what they can get here, the difference is often pretty significant. More bedrooms, more living space, newer construction, better layouts for families, and go access. That combination is extremely attractive, especially for first-time buyers and growing families thinking about the next 5 to 10 years. Because once kids enter the picture, space suddenly becomes very important. Storage matters, a backyard matters, separate bedrooms matter, and Mount Pleasant tends to offer better long-term livability for that stage of life without paying Toronto prices. For a lot of families, that is the difference between continuing to rent and actually owning a home. One more thing I want to mention, and this is something I think about a lot when I'm advising my clients. Mount Pleasant already has the key infrastructure in place. This wasn't a neighborhood that was built randomly or without a plan. It was developed around transit, public spaces, schools, and family amenities, all working together. That thoughtful planning shows, and long term, those are the type of neighborhoods that tend to stay desirable, because people aren't only buying based on today, they're thinking about resale value down the road. Future convenience, future lifestyle, future needs as their family changes. Mount Pleasant checks a lot of those boxes. Walkability, transit access, family infrastructure, community spaces, and a genuine neighborhood identity. That combination is genuinely hard to replicate. But honestly, beyond all the features and all the practical reasons, I think the biggest reason families choose Mount Pleasant comes down to something more personal than that. People want stability, they want connection, they want their kids growing up somewhere that feels welcoming and active, somewhere that feels like home, and they want a little less stress in their daily routines. That is what I hear from families again and again. Mount Pleasant isn't just a place to buy a house. It's a place where families can live, commute and learn and grow without having to sacrifice community to do it. And when you actually walk through the neighborhood, you can feel that. You can picture weekend walks, kids riding bikes down the street, parents chatting by the park, families skating together in winter, library visits after school. Those little moments, that's what people are really buying into when they choose a neighborhood. And that makes a community valuable long term. So if you have been thinking about moving to Brampton, or you're specifically looking at Mount Pleasant, I really hope this video helped you understand why so many families are choosing this area right now. And if you have any questions about schools, home prices, commute options, or just which streets and pockets might be the best fit for your family, feel free to reach out anytime. Again, my name is Charanjit Kainth. I have lived in Brampton since 1998 and I genuinely love helping people understand this city beyond just the listings. If this video was helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below with any questions you have about Mount Pleasant or Brampton. And if you are thinking about buying or moving to the area, you can call or text me directly. I'm always happy to talk. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.